King Size Homer is a really important episode of The Simpsons, and I think it's one of the few times, well, maybe not one of the few times, The Simpsons does actually frequently address quite important topics, but it's one I consider to be one of the most important, and one that can relate to quite a large number of people. This is the 7th episode of the 7th season of The Simpsons. It was directed by Jim Reardon and it aired in January 1996. It has 9.0 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a really phenomenal rating. There are other episodes that are rated slightly higher, but generally speaking, anything 9 or over in The Simpsons suggests it's a very well-loved episode. And to be honest, it's not one that I find very funny, but I do find it very moving, and I think it's very sensibly done as well. Homer realizes that if he gains more weight, he can qualify for disability, and that will allow him to work from home. And if you're already overweight, the idea of gaining, for Homer, just a couple of more pounds in the grand scheme of things, to then have the flexibility of working from the comfort of your own home seems like an easy ride, and that's what Homer thinks to begin with. But he realizes slowly at first, but then it kind of all hits him at once, that there are many, many problems with being morbidly obese. Not just health problems, but the way other people view him. There are some pretty strong scenes. I don't want to spoil too much, but there's some strong scenes where some of the neighborhood kids are like staring at him through a window, and they've kind of turned him almost into this mythical monster. You know, when the neighborhood kids make up a story about a resident who they rarely see, somebody who's kind of ambiguous, and it's kind of that sort of thing which I think happens all too frequently. And he's almost a bit of an enigma in that sense to the kids. And, you know, they make fun of him when he starts to move and tries to get up, and Marge obviously has changing opinions. He can't wear his usual clothes anymore, and I think it's a really important discussion. First of all, because I think there will be people who may be teetering on the edge of being qualifying for disability and working from home, might just want to push themselves over that boundary a little bit more and live the seemingly cushy life of working from home. As somebody who works from home, I agree that it's fabulous, but not at the expense of health. And it addresses that, and basically the episode says, yes, you may be able to work from home. Yes, there will be things that I don't want to say are beneficial about being, or about qualifying for disability as a result of obesity, but obviously there are significant changes that will need to be made, and it's not all a bed of roses. And I think if it encourages even one person to look at Homer and think, you know what, it's not worth it, or maybe even think how other people view them. And I don't mean that you should think that you should change your habits because of how other people view you, but I think all of us can become clouded and not necessarily see us for what we are, you know, whether that's how we look, if we've kind of let our health go, or certain behaviours we have that we maybe think are okay, but everybody else realises that we're not behaving nicely or whatever. It can maybe make you stop and step outside of yourself and actually look at yourself from a different perspective. And I think that that's really important as well. I think they handled it very sensitively. Obviously the children in this made fun of Homer, and there were some snide comments and things, but instead of, you know, making humour out of that, they focused on how that made Homer feel. Sometimes he was angry, sometimes it upset him. There were times when he was blasé and it didn't really bother him, certainly towards the beginning of the episode. I think they handled a very sensitive topic very effectively. It's a really important discussion to have, and as I said, if it makes even just one person look at Homer and realise they need to maybe start looking after themselves more and improve their own health more, I think that that's a pretty brilliant thing to champion. King Size Homer could have gone either way. They could have been really insensitive, which, you know, occasionally the Simpsons will make remarks that some people will find offensive, but never if it's the full topic of the entire episode. And I think they handled this very effectively. It's a pleasure to watch for the right reasons, but it's definitely one of the most emotive. I think King Size Homer really deserves that 9.0 out of 10. It truly is a fantastic episode.